Hello, good morning, and welcome to Matt's Movie News. If you're new to this series, then I'm going to explain a little bit about what I usually do every week. I take what I think are the most interesting stories of the week and bring them to you guys. Discuss my thoughts on them, and I also ask you guys what you think. So you can comment on below, and we can start a bit of a conversation. My main stories today are about Tron falling short at the box office, Scarlett Johansson potentially joining the Tangled remake, and Sigourney Weaver returning to the role of Ellen Ripley. I think it's potentially pretty exciting. Shall we dive right in? Now today I'm trying something a little bit different. I'm hoping it's going to streamline the editing process because it's quite lengthy, and it's going to make the show a little bit more dynamic for you guys, so it's more interesting because that's really important to me, and I want to bring it as much as what you want to this, because this is something that I solely do on my own, so I really like to bring my own personality to it and make it exactly what you guys want to see. So constructive feedback is always wanted. So if you feel that something's not working or you feel like something could be added, then let me know. Right, here we go. Let's see how we get on. Starting today again with a bit of a on a bit of a sadder note. The movie poster artist Drew Struzen has sadly passed away a couple of days ago at the age of 78. He was battling Alzheimer's. He's been battling it for a few years, but it finally took its toll the other day on the 13th of October. You might be thinking, Drew Struzen, artist, okay, I don't really know who that is, but you will know his work, undoubtedly. Yeah. This is him. Drew Struzen. You may not recognise him, but you'll definitely recognise his work. Let me just bring it up for you. There we go. You'll definitely recognise at least one of those posters. You may not be a Star Wars guy, but if you were born in the last 40 years, you know at least one of these posters. You know what I mean? Like the style, like the photorealistic kind of images that have kind of really helped to sell some of the biggest blockbusters of the last 50 years, maybe at least. Like you'll definitely know these. And I mean, yeah, these posters I think personally have helped many directors, many actors kind of build their careers, I think. But yeah, there's been a lot of reactions to his death, because if you think how many posters there is, how many films he's like helped to sell, there's a lot of love coming in for him from pretty big names as well. You think, look, here you have got the one and only Steven Spielberg. He's put in saying, Drew made event art. His posters made many of our movies into destinations, and the memory of those movies and the age we were when we saw them always comes flashing back just by glancing at his iconic photorealistic imagery. In his own invented style, nobody drew like Drew. And yeah, that's a really really iconic little bit of a statement there from the legend that is Steven Spielberg. But yeah, he's just a bit of another loss to the industry. I mean, they just keep coming at the minute, don't they? They just keep coming. Like the other week we had Robert Redford. The other day, yeah, like it just keeps coming. But when I like I was looking, and I think of his artwork and those kind of style of posters. I think Harry Potter. He did all the Harry Potter posters. He did Blade Runner. He did Star Wars, like all the Star Wars up to. I wouldn't even say the most recent Star Wars, like like Solo and like Rogue One, things like that. I'm sure he's done posters for them as well. But yeah, it may not be someone that everyone thinks, oh yeah, Drew Struzen, but like I thought I'd just start the show talking about him and just giving him a bit of a shout out, really, because if you think everybody will know one of his posters, like everybody, because I think it's just a real loss to the industry, and I think it's going to be felt for a while because we're not going to see art of that, like I don't know, it's just beautiful, isn't it? Like some of the images are amazing. I really think, because yeah, the Marvel artist J. Scott Campbell, who is here, said that it's very heartbreaking to read this and to wrap my mind around the finality of it all, of an amazing man and the legacy of an incredible work he has left us with so much beauty to enjoy for generations to come. I know the past few years have been especially difficult, and I can only hope that this gives him and all of his loved ones some sense of peace. So yeah, the love just keeps coming for this guy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if anyone if we know it, we will notice, but like, it's sad to think that we won't get images like that anymore in the advertising for our films. You know what I mean? But he also said himself. He said when he was asked if he had a favourite poster, he said if I had a favourite, then I would have already done the best I can do. I'd lose my spark of creativity. My favourite is always the very next one. So yeah, that's a nice way to think about it, really, isn't it? When you're an artist. But I wonder if anyone would be inspired by him and kind of carry on I hope they're not going to AI it, you know what I mean? That'd be crap. And if anyone's going to try and carry on his legacy of that kind of style of art, I suppose, or will we have to find a new Drew Struzan to carry on the, I don't know, will anyone take his place? I don't know. But yeah, I thought I'd just start the show with that. I'm hoping you're liking the pictures, helping me sell the stories to you. A new little thing. I've also got my tablet here, so I can read off that rather than having to do everything on one screen, which makes it a bit less clunky for you guys. But yeah, let me know what your favourite Drew Struzan. Now you know what the posters look like. You probably have one in mind. Let me know below. Maybe post a picture of it down below so I can see. Did you already know who Drew Struzan was? Because I didn't personally, but I feel like we may have mentioned, or somebody may have mentioned his art in a Fellowship recently. So I feel like we definitely talked about him. But I have to go back and have a look at our Fellowships and find out which one. Plug. But yeah, I just sort of say with that because I always like to mention when we lose people from the industry because I feel like it's always a big loss because there's so many talented artists out there and creators. So it's nice. We must acknowledge them. Next up, Channing Tatum has had some interesting words about streaming, and he feels like sometimes actors are incentivized to make bad movies. Yeah, Tatum, this guy, yeah, Channing Tatum. I'm just taking advantage of me having images on the screen. Quite funny, but but yeah, he's talked about streaming and how it's affecting Hollywood. It feels like the constant pressure to make things perform for like the algorithms and stuff of like Netflix and Apple Plus and all these kind of things are meaning that like people are just rushing to get stuff out, basically. Things are being greenlit and faster and supplied direct to streaming. It says the urgency to monetize content overshadows the ambition to make quality films. It really feels like at times that you're incentivized to make bad things to get paid rather than making something really, really good. Yeah, I can see what he's saying. Because I'm not gonna lie, recently I do feel like some of the stuff you get on streaming, like you can proper see like this would not have got a theatrical release. Like I still kind of see streaming as where stuff goes after it's been out. You know what I mean? Like I think like oh yeah, it'll find another life. Or like you watch TV shows. You know what I mean? I don't go there for. I'll go there for oh yeah I missed this at the cinema kind of thing. I won't go there like oh yeah this is coming out on Netflix like next week this film. Like I don't go there. I don't go there for releases. You know what I mean? Because I kind of think when you think of some of the rubbish you get on there, you can. Sometimes I've watched stuff and I'll be like, I'm glad I didn't pay for this. Well, I do for Netflix. I do pay for like Netflix and stuff, obviously, but like like I didn't pay like a cinema ticket, like 2 or 3 cinema tickets for me and my family or whatever to go and see it. You know what I mean? Because I think like it wasn't that good. And do feel like sometimes some of the stuff on streaming is like is a star vehicle. You get, I don't know, like not that Nicolas Cage is a bad actor, but sometimes you get things that are basically just a vehicle for him to stretch his acting, don't you? You know what I mean? Like it's not. Sometimes the production's not that good. It's just like they felt like making that film, so they've made it through Netflix or Apple, and it's sometimes not that good. But this is a quote that he's been what's it? What he's actually said about it. So I think now, when you get asked to do a movie or you're trying to get a movie made, it's a very confused pipeline of possibilities. And it really feels like at times that you're incentivized to make bad things to get paid, rather than make something really, really good for the effing people that eventually get to see these things and people that I want to see these movies. The person that I was when I was a kid. And I want good movies. So, you know what I mean? Like I like that, because you don't really think, oh yeah, Channing Tatum, big artists. But you know, like it shows that he cares about the quality of things that are being made. Like, no actor wants to go into a project and just do it for them. Well, I don't know. Some do it for the money if they're getting on a bit or something. Like, not naming any names, but some actors do just do it. Sometimes do just do it for the money. But he seems like he actually wants to make quality stuff. I like it when actors want to make things that they would want to watch, because it shows kind of a love of film still. You know what I mean? If you make something you would want to watch, like I don't know. What do you guys think? I think. Have you seen anything on streaming where you're like, well, this has basically just been made because they wanted it to be made, not because it's an actual good project? You know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot to make a film good. You know what I mean? It takes a whole team. When you think of things such as Oppenheimer, you know what I mean? That film won a lot of awards, and for good reason. Because like good script, good music, good acting, good. Yeah, I said script, but like there was a big team around that. You know what I mean? Like a quality team that Nolan like assembled to make that film. Sometimes I feel on streaming that you can sometimes see that the quality is not there. You know what I mean? The actor might be doing a great job, but I don't know. There's just the production value is not there, is it? You know what I mean? I feel like they've just rushed it. Sometimes, like Tatum's saying, like he says, sometimes they're just trying to hit the algorithm, aren't they, and hit it. So like, oh yeah, this hits this demographic, and then like it spreads out to more, like it brings in more people or whatever, and they're just doing it to get them out, spewing them out one after the other, which is a shame because I always feel, I know the industry is like in its industrial kind of spewing them out, but I always appreciate it when the effort's put in. But then I'm coming on to another story later on, which is kind of the opposite of this. You know what I mean? But when it comes to Tron, I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, it does. I do like that Channing Tatum, because he's done that Roof Man, is it? Something recently, which seemed more like an indie kind of thing for him, which is interesting. So yeah, it is good that he's kind of moving away from making stuff just for the sake of it, not to be on the streaming services just for the sake of it kind of thing. He wants to make stuff that's quality, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that. But speaking of making things that are quality and potential, well, I hope it won't go onto streaming, but I'm hoping it's going to be released. Well, if it's any good, but we'll see. But yeah, Scarlett Johansson is apparently attached to the much talked about Tangled live action remake. Yeah, the actor, producer, and director and Marvel superhero Scarlett Johansson is apparently up for the role of Mother Gothel in the Tangled remake, which is when I thought Scarlett Johansson, what? But then I didn't know that. I forgot about some of this. Apparently, she's had 2 studio albums, one of which features like 2 appearances from David Bowie, which is awesome. But yeah, Disney seemed to be slowly creeping back towards this as they had ran away a mile from it after Snow White kind of bombed. But I suppose if you think about it, there was a lot kind of against that, wasn't there? When you think of like there was the whole dwarves thing and people kicking off about why have you got CGI dwarves, and Rachel Zegler said it was stupid. What she said was stupid on there. So I'm not surprised that kind of bombed because there was a lot going against it, which also may kind of go against Tron as well. But I'll just keep in mind. I'll talk about Tron in a bit, but there's a few things that kind of hindered that. But yeah, I kind of thought Scarlett Johansson, but then I looked at like, oh yeah, she has some because she was in Sing. I forgot she was in Sing, because it's a bunch of animals, and you're like, oh yeah, it's just all these voices. I forgot she was in that, and obviously she did. I don't know if everyone did their own singing, but she must have done her own singing, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's going for her. So she's got that going for it because Mother Gothel has some quite cool songs in Tangled as well. There's the Mother Knows Best. I don't know if I kind of see Scarlett Johansson doing that. I don't know, but it'd be interesting because we've never really we've not seen her in a musical. You know what I mean? Like being her. You know what I mean? Because I can't imagine she wouldn't have to dress up a lot. Really, they could just make her kind of, I don't know, would she dye her hair and make her look more like the character, and then like wear the clothes that the character wears? Because obviously the whole point of Mother Gothel is that she's using Rapunzel to like stay young. So obviously picking somebody that's like Scarlett Johansson, which is she looks pretty young still and is attractive, and like, obviously that's the whole point. She wants to stay that way. So like you wouldn't really have to do much to the character, would you? Like, obviously you'd have to like age her when she like starts to go old and stuff. But like, I think it'd be quite interesting for her. Because I don't think she's really played that kind of motherly, aggressive kind of controlling. Not in things I've seen her in anyway. I don't know about you guys, but I think it'd be quite an interesting turn for her, really. And apparently, Michael Gracey, um, who directed. Did he direct? He helmed The Greatest Showman and Better Man. I don't know what helmed means exactly, whether that means he directed it or he wrote it, but he's attached to direct the project. And Jennifer Kaytin, who wrote Do Revenge, and I know what he did last summer, which is interesting for a Disney film. So does that hint that it's going to go down more like the grim fairy tale kind of route? Because I'm pretty sure Rapunzel is one of the grim fairy tales. Because a lot of Disney's what Disney takes from are the fairy tales, aren't they? Like the grim fairy tales and stuff. So yeah, they're both attached, so that should be quite interesting. But yeah, would you like a Tangled remake with a darker tone? You see it? Oh, I wonder if they'd do it more like Into the Woods, like that kind of how it looks. Because I could see it. I could see it being like that. Cause that would work quite well, and that's like a musical, a big like Disney musical and stuff as well. I really like the film Into the Woods. That was good, and I could see Scarlett Johansson kind of looking like kind of like Meryl Streep kind of looks in that, where she's got like the hair and like the lots of cloaks and stuff. And would they do a live action Pascal? I love Pascal. He's amazing. They better put him in it. If he's not in it, I'll riot. I love Pascal. Pascal's one of my favourite Disney animals because he's like proper like deadpan, isn't it? Sure. I love Pascal. But yeah. What do you guys think of Scarlett Johansson going for this role? Can you see her in it? Are you excited for a Tangled remake? Only like what 15 years after it came out in animation. I mean, there's a bigger window between that and this than there is between Moana and the live action remake. I don't know quite why Disney's taken to just doing remakes a lot of the time. I don't know why they keep spewing these out, what's wrong with the original ideas, but I don't know whether something's going on behind the scenes and they kind of crap in the pants with all of our like original things aren't doing well. Quick, just keep going back to the things that have already done well, which is stupid. And I just feel like I think this is why, because I'm moving on to Tron next, and I think this is why I put this and Tron next to each other, because it just seems like Disney are afraid of originality. I mean, I'm trying to think of the last thing that was original that did well for Disney. In fact, I might even look it up while I'm here. Why not? Let's have a look, shall we? Just to make the show a bit more interesting. Doing it live. Well, not live, but actually while I'm filming. Right. In recent Disney movies. Have a look. Wish didn't do well, did it? People hated that film. My God. Moana 2. I think that did alright, did it? But that's a sequel, so that's not really original. Oh. But then Inside Out's a sequel. You know what I mean? I mean, like, actual original. Did Elemental do okay? I don't think Elio did that well. And then you've even got like the most recent Marvel stuff, which counts as Disney really, because it's under the umbrella. Like Thunderbolts didn't do that well. Fantastic Four didn't really do that well. So and then even they're not original things; they're based on comics. So and like Elio, I don't think Elio did that well. That's original. So I don't really know what they can do. You know what I mean? Like, what can they do to get back in the good graces of people? I think. I mean, they're just kicking. They keep kicking out sequels and remakes. Like, it's hard, isn't it? The industry just seems to be. Well, I don't know. Maybe the Hollywood, the blockbuster kind of big film industries seem to be struggling. I think. I mean, indie films are doing quite well, to be fair, and some of the. I wouldn't even call them smaller. You know, like Universal and stuff like that. Like, they're doing well. You think, because obviously Nolan's gone over there now to Universal, so he's kicking out some right bangers. But yeah. Anyway, speaking of Disney, Tron is struggling, surprisingly. Yeah, why? I'm guessing this guy's not going to help it, but Jared Leto, the I didn't even know that. I must have missed this news. But apparently, he's been accused of loads of like accounts of sexual misconduct and stuff against women and things. All the allegations have expressly been denied, one of his representatives has said. But I didn't know that. Why would Disney put someone like this at the head of like one of their like a franchise they want to like kick off again? Like, it just seems ridiculous. Like, its weekend projections were between 40 and 50 million essentially, and it only made 33.5, which I know is just under 40, but that's not good, is it, for Disney? Like, they're just missing, aren't they, a lot at the minute? Like, it's ridiculous. It earned 27 million overseas, which together over the weekend I think brought it to 60 million. It got a 57% critics rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but it got slightly better, 88% from audiences. But yeah, it cost 180 million to make, and I don't think it's even made that back yet. That's bad, isn't it? It's not even made that back. I mean, like I was saying earlier about Channing Tatum, and oh yeah, they're just kind of spewing stuff out. This is like Disney putting quite a lot. Think how much it must have cost for all the effects in Tron. Right, that's crazy money, isn't it? And like, it's made for IMAX and stuff, so like the cameras would have been expensive. Obviously, you've got the cast is pretty decent. You got like Evan Peters, you got Jared Leto, you got Gillian Anderson. Nine Inch Nails did the score as well, which is apparently banging. But yeah, one of the critics gave it a 1-star review for the Independent, calling it I've got it here. Oh, yeah. The worst film of the year and a new low for Disney. I don't even know what to say to that. This is what I mean. Like, Disney's just, I don't know. They're just losing it, aren't they? I don't know. I mean, well, I didn't know this, but apparently Jared Leto has been trying to get this film made for ages. As far back as like, what, 2012, 2013. Originally, the script had a character called Ares in it, and yeah, it got shelved by Disney. So already that doesn't bode well, does it? Like, oh yeah, yeah. Then the guy Sean Bailey, who ran the Disney live action studios, is back to Leto, and they kind of reframed the film so it like focused more on Ares, who like Leto had been cast as. So he already had influence over the film. But then how? I think even at that, but then had these allegations not been made by this point, or I don't know. It just But apparently, agencies have been saying, oh yeah, they've been moving away from Leto like since flipping Morbius. So, and that bombed as well. It's just bizarre. Like I don't get it. Um, but why do you think Disney did this? Why did they? Were they just going off the brand? Do you reckon? They think, oh yeah, it's Tron, yeah, like a cult sci-fi classic. Let's get some more live action Disney out. Because people have been asking for that apparently. But I don't think the last one even did that well. Why would they come back to this? Why do you think Disney came back to Tron? I mean, it looks cool, and it look like the music sounds cool, and it's made for IMAX, and it's like a big event type thing. But why Jared Leto? That literally could have been anybody, couldn't it? But I don't know. One agency has said that in a world where Michael Fassbender, Ewan McGregor, and Benedict Cumberbatch are having a hard time getting lead roles, why would you even go to a person who can't open a movie and has questions marks around him as a person? Um, but yeah, that was one top talent manager. Um, he says, to be clear, the flame out of Tron isn't Leto's burden alone. You could have had Ryan Gosling. It just wasn't going to work. So he's the first agency partner. No one asked for this reboot, and if you say Tron Ares is good, we just needed a different actor, you're deluding yourself. Oh, God. I'm intrigued to know what the first idea for the film was before Leto kind of focused it on him. Like, who was the main character? Like, would it be, I don't know, like Jeff Bridges again? Or would it have been Garrett Hedlund who was in Legacy? Or, excuse me. But I just don't get it. Like, what? I'm not surprised that it didn't hit because yeah, it looks cool, but I think, like I was saying, people want a quality made product. You know what I mean? And I think Tron's just kind of suffering from that like style over substance. You know what I mean? Um, I think they just threw everything at the graphics and just didn't really, from what I've heard of reviews and stuff, they didn't really think to solidify the plot. I mean, they've even planted seeds for like a sequel, but I can't see it. Sorry, broke my throat. But no, I can't see him greenlighting it. Another one after this kind of failure. Surely, surely. What do you guys think? Do you think it's down to Jared Leto that the movie failed, or have you seen it? Do you have an opinion on it? Do you think it was cool to watch, but like not really much substance to it? Do you think the story was good? Do you think Leto was good? Do you think you don't understand why it's not done well? Please, just let me know because I'm intrigued. I haven't seen it yet. So I might go see it next week possibly. I'm trying to see it in IMAX because I think a lot of the reviews I've seen have said the IMAX is amazing, but not much else. But I just want to see for myself really because I haven't been to an IMAX screening in God knows how long. So you're probably talking decades to be honest. I don't think I've been since I was like a teenager to a proper IMAX screening. So I should probably get on that really. Right, I'm wittering. Let's get to the last story of the day, shall we? Right, let's move out of the way for this leg end. Sigourney Weaver, excitingly, has been talking about Ellen Ripley, someone that she has not been back to for a long time. Speaking at New York Comic Con, the Alien Reunion panel, Sigourney Weaver revealed that she is not potentially done with playing Ellen Ripley. So, and this has come about due to a script that she's read from Walter Hill, who has been integral in the franchise because I think he wrote like the first three Alien films, which is exciting because he's coming back. She read a 50-page script that catches up with Ripley post-resurrection. But yeah, that's quite exciting. She said when reading the script that I've never felt the need to reprise the role. I was always like, let her rest, let her recover. But what Walter has written is so, first of all, seems true to me. It's very much about the society that would incarcerate someone who has tried to help mankind. She's a problem to them, so she's tucked away. I'm thinking about working with Walter to see what the rest of the story would be. It would be a very different kind of alien, with a really good script. Scary. I mean, I don't know what she's trying to say about the rest of the aliens, because she was like, oh, good script. Whoa. But it's a bit harsh. I don't think some of them are that. Like some of the newer ones are pretty badass, to be fair. I mean, the ones after Aliens are arguably up for debate. But what do you think of the other Aliens? But I think it's exciting. I mean, there's kind of a theme with today's episode of things being recycled, but I think people going back to stuff. But I don't know. It's been a long time since Sigourney Weaver's been in this franchise. One of the original writers coming back. He produced the first three. Actually, he didn't write them. And did uncredited rewrites on the originals apparently. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, she seems up for doing something different, which would be, I suppose, it's kind of what Alien Earth did. Do you think they'd stick to that vein? Maybe. Have you seen Alien Earth? I really enjoy Alien Earth because it's proper. It's not just aliens, things going on your face and coming out your stomach and all that kind of gross body horror stuff. It's actually about. There's a bit of that, but I feel like it's more deep sci-fi. It's about like creators and existence and life and what makes something alive and what makes it not, and companies exploiting people and products, and what makes something a property of somebody and what makes it its own thing. And there's a lot of deep themes in Alien Earth and I really enjoyed it. But do you think Sigourney Weaver is up to the task of coming back to the Alien franchise, or do you think she's kind of past it now, or not in an age way, because that's rude, but like can she recapture the energy of that character? I don't really know. What would you want Ripley to be up to now? What do you think she would be? I mean, obviously, I think the Earth's kind of wrecked, isn't it, in the Alien franchise? So would she be helping them to bring it back to being like a kind of livable environment again? Do you think, or I don't know what she could do it? But I haven't really thought about it. I mean, isn't she like part alien now or something weird? So like, would it be like the character in Alien Earth where she can like communicate with them, or like, is there any xenomorphs on Earth now, or like, what would the story be? Would it even? It'd have to involve aliens again, wouldn't it? So how would that come about? You know what I mean? But I don't know. I thought I'd just end on that. End on an idea. What would you want Ripley to be doing? Do you think she should come back to the franchise? But yeah, I don't know what I think really. And I'll come back to it another day. But yeah, that's my show for today. It's been a bit higgledy-piggledy because I've been trying to do like the picture thing and move in and reading my tablet and stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be more streamlined and I'm just going to be able to put more things into it hopefully. But I've gone really over with talking today. But I think I'm really getting into this news thing now. So I'm giving my thoughts to you in the screen. It's coming at you. Give me your thoughts in the comments, please. But yeah, let me know. Have you seen Tron? Let me know. What do you think of it? Do you think that straight to streaming content is sometimes just spewed out and actors are just kind of phoning it in for these things to hit the algorithms and stuff, let me know. Would you want to see Scarlett Johansson play Mother Gothel and sing Heart Out in a Tangled remake? Would you want her to do that? I don't know. Oh, I think I'm intrigued with that one, I think. Yeah. But yeah, if you've liked what you've seen today, please leave us a like and a share. Share this video with people that you may know that also love film, like I do, like we do. But yeah, I want to start conversations. Let them come. Come thick and fast in the comments, please, please, please. Yeah. That's what the Middle Earth channel is here for. It's to give you guys somewhere to come and talk about your love of film, your love of the industry, your love of actors, production, anything. Just we really want to get a community built here because that's what me and Lewis and JJ want to kind of nurture because we love it and we know you guys out there love it too. So please, let's get it going. And I'll see you next time on Matt's Movie News.